Jails Movie Life episode 39. This week I'm reviewing The Place Beyond the Pines, the new film starring Ryan Gosling and Bradley Cooper from the director of Blue Valentine. The other option this weekend was G.I. Joe Retaliation, which I opted not to see, and in lieu of it I'm just going to stab myself in the eyeball later this evening. I've tried to watch the first G.I. Joe on pay-per-view just to see if it was at least mindless fun action, and it was mindless and it was action, but it was not fun. It's a horrific movie, so I can only imagine the sequel is going to be 10 times better now that they've added the Shakespearean talents of The Rock, who you know his career is going well because he's basically given up on going with the Dwayne Johnson. He's just like, call me The Rock. I'm never going to move past this. Let's just do this. So The Place Beyond the Pines is actually quite good. Ryan Gosling, who sort of, it has no relation to Drive, the movie Drive, which I did not like outside of the first 5 minutes. But here's the comparison. In Drive, he plays an awkward, quiet, well-built stunt car driver who is a getaway driver for bank robbers and thieves. In this movie, it's a much bigger stretch. He plays a stunt motorcycle driver who is awkward, well-built, says little, and robs banks. So, as you can see, he's probably found his niche there, which is very, very specific, but it's working for him, I suppose. At least in this movie it does. In it, he plays a traveling carnival performer doing bike tricks. And mind you, the first portion of the film takes place 15 years ago when the economy was thriving. So you can imagine how badly he's doing if he was doing bike tricks at carnivals under the Clinton economy. Obviously, the Bush-Obama years, much less economic opportunity than in the late 90s, so look for that. But in it, he finds out that Eva Mendes, who shows up on camera wearing a tank top and nipples, and you'll see what I mean. I don't know what the directorial choice was there, but it was apparently cold, it was apparently wet, and it was apparently a bra-free time. But she plays a hookup, a fling of his that actually has his child, which he finds out a year later. And he decides to stick around Schenectady, New York. He quits the carnival life to stay in Schenectady, which to me is a push. Raising your child in Schenectady or traveling the country as a carnival worker seems like no offense to upstate New York, but that seems like a push. But of course she has a man in her life, which complicates things. So he wants to show off to her, he wants to show her that he can provide. He's feeling guilty because his father wasn't around. So he starts robbing banks because what better message to send your new child than I rob people for a living. He becomes quite successful at it until he runs into an upstart rookie cop played by Bradley Cooper, who I noticed something in the movie, this is from my DA days, but he holds the gun like this, not on the trigger, but I'm demonstrating on my remote control. He holds the gun like this, with his finger out, instead of on the trigger. A lot of movies they do on the trigger. The way they're taught is off the trigger, so you don't accidentally pull and shoot my pile of laundry off camera. So grade A for authenticity there. Cooper becomes, after their encounter, Cooper becomes sort of a hero cop, but then a lot of good and bad things happen from that, and I don't want to give away what goes on in the second half of the film, but it's really quite good, and it held my attention for all 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's a decently long film. I especially like seeing Ray Liotta playing guess what? A shitty, corrupt cop. That is awesome to me because Ray Liotta started in his big break, I think, at least from my perspective, was Goodfellas, and then his career sort of dovetailed, if that's the right word. I don't even know if I use the right. His career went in the shitter, and you know, he had unlawful entry, but he never became the huge star that you would expect the star of Goodfellas to be. But now he's in a lot of movies. Now he plays like shady characters all the time because he's got that like almost good-looking face still, but it's really just like, I'm a scumbag. Like I was a frat bro 30 years ago, and now I'm just a scumbag. That's like the roles his face gets him, and he's good at it. So he gets in the credits all the time in movies. It'll be like Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper, name of movie, blah 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 blah, and Ray Liotta. So he's at that point now where he gets like the you're a character actor, but you're a special character actor, so we give you the and after, which is where I'd like to be in my comedy career. I've given up being above the title. I just want to be the guy who gets the and. But yeah, there's a lot I can't give away about the movie, or else it would spoil it. But I think it's in limited engagement right now. But look for it if you're in New York or LA. I think it's playing there now. But look for it. Definitely check it out. I'm going to give it an A-. Really, really solid film, and depressing, which I think is a great way to start the weekend. So that's it. That's this week's episode. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out jlcauvin.com. And I'll have another review for you next Friday. Evil Dead. That's next week's movie, so I look forward to it. Thanks.
Wanna get the feeling, gotta get the feeling, gonna get the feeling once again. Wanna get the feeling, gotta get the feeling.